Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today we're back here for another speed build, and today we're going to go ahead and create this farmhouse bungalow. So if you'd like to go ahead and download this for yourself, it is up on the gallery now. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and like normal there will be a link in the description to the online gallery if you want to go ahead and download the build that way. So this build, like I said, is called a farmhouse bungalow. It's built on a 30 by 30 lot in Newcrest, and it has 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. And this build came in at 114,578 simoleons, and in terms of what packs I used today, I used Seasons, Cats and Dogs, and City Living, and for the game packs I used Parenthood, and that's it. Now on the gallery it will say that Get Together was used, but for some reason that must just be a glitch because I can't find anywhere where I have used Get Together. And actually when you click on the pack icon to find out what particular items were used from that pack in the build, like on the gallery, there isn't anything there, it's just blank. So I don't know why it's saying that. It has happened before, and I thought it might be like a debug item or like a train paint because those don't come up, but I checked both of those and it wasn't either of those, so I don't know why it was saying that. So if you don't have Get Together and you want to download this build, then don't worry at all because nothing about it is going to change. And yeah, so I'm actually really happy how this build turned out, and it is on a much smaller scale than usual, as you can see, because I don't do, well, I do 30 by 30s every now and again, but I don't really do one-story homes, you know, that often. And I know a lot of people like to see a mix of things. I know the mansion builds are the most popular things on my channel, but you know, that's not for everyone. So some people do like to see some smaller homes here and there, so that's what you see in this one today. And actually I am pre-recording a little bit at the minute, because I am redecorating my room at the minute. So I'm actually starting tomorrow on the 28th. I'm doing this voiceover on the 27th, and I think this is going up on the 30th. So that's just to let you know that this video is a little bit done in advance. I do my videos normally like a day or two in advance anyway, but this one's a little bit more than usual. So I just thought I'd let you know, because sometimes when I talk about stuff, and then by the time you see it, something else has happened, especially times like this where university's coming out, and maybe, you know, by Wednesday next week when you see this, we might have had some more university news by then, which I can't talk about in this video because I don't know about it. So, you know, just things like that with time relevancy is sometimes a pain when it comes to pre-recording a little bit, but you know, it's only for a short while. And because like I was saying, if you haven't seen Sunday's build, the country family mansion, I think it is, that's going up later today for me. As I'm saying, I'm pre-recording, so I'm not really too sure what's happening. But in that video I kind of talked a bit more about my redecoration of my room, what I'm doing in terms of paint and everything. So if you want to learn more about that, then feel free to check out that video. Now in today's video I did actually have a problem where I did the landscaping and chose out the exterior wall coverings and did like the kind of columns around the porches and stuff and the spandrels. The footage of that clip for some reason just was, it's not corrupt, but it's not working for some reason. So when I went and put it into my editor, that particular clip of doing all that sort of stuff, it just wouldn't let me do it. Like, you know how the cursor does like the little black circle with the line going through it? Well, it was doing that, like as my cursor, as I was trying to place the clip down. And then when I tried to go through like the import method, like going into the file, import, and then trying to find the clip that way, it'll just crash. So it doesn't go out the clip, but when I actually go into like, actually just play the clip by itself, like outside my editor, it actually works, and I can view the full thing of me doing the landscaping and everything. But it just wouldn't go into my editor, so I don't know why it's doing that, so I'm really sorry, but you do miss that out in today's build, and that's why this video is really short. I know the kind of a build length, you know, of a build this size wouldn't be that long anyway, but even more so because of this problem I've had. I did try a few kind of things to get around it, but nothing was working, so really sorry about that. I don't know why that's happened, that's never really happened before, so you did miss out on that. But you know, not to worry, because this build in terms of its style isn't anything completely unique or anything, so you're not missing out on any sort of technique or anything like that. You can go ahead and check out my other videos if you want to see something similar to that, like landscaping and choosing out exterior wall coverings if you really want to see that. But in terms of what I did for the exterior wall coverings, normally what I do is like I choose like a siding and like a stone as a feature wall, but I didn't use any stone today. I just went for siding and then like shingles from Cats and Dogs, and I just paired those two together. I did have a reference photo for this build. I didn't really follow it completely though. It was just a kind of sort of how the shape of the front of this particular house I liked. It just kind of got me started off on the front wall of the home, and how that was sort of laid out. But the rest of it I didn't follow that photo for, and also that particular photo had like greyish sort of siding and shingles on it as well, so I went ahead and used that as a bit of inspiration for this home too. So like I was saying before, I just have 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. And I did actually go for personalised rooms today in a way. So there is one kind of kids room, and there's also one kids neutral room, and then there is the master room as well. So as I know, people like to see kids rooms every now and again, even though it is my most favourite thing to do, because I do like to keep things neutral in my builds to make it easier for you to download a home from the gallery, and hopefully any home that I have in the gallery will then fit that family that you're playing with, and then you can adjust it here and there to match their personality, since I don't know that. So that's why I don't really like to do kids rooms that often, but like I was just saying, people do like to see kids rooms every now and again. So when I do kids rooms, I might do like what I just did. I did one really personalised one, but I also did a kids room that was very neutral as well. So just kind of go along with that theme that I always like to do. So that's why I did a mix of both. And then, like I said, the master room, which I actually really love. It's a pretty decent size, actually, and it has its own fireplace as well, and like 2 armchairs at like the bottom of the bed. So it's a really nice master room, and it also has an ensuite bathroom too. And then there is actually a garage as well in this build. As you can see, the garage door is on the side. I know the garage isn't really that big, but that was also something, an inspiration photo that I really liked. How I had like a garage on the side of the home, how it is like the same position as it is in this home as well. So I did that as a bit of inspiration for this build and took that from that picture, so I did that there. And then within that garage, I just did a few different activities. I think I put some gym equipment in there, as well as a chess table. And I don't think, no, I might have put an easel in. If I didn't put the easel in the garage, it was in the backyard area. I think actually it is in the backyard area, yes. Just as another activity for you Sims to do. So this is the neutral kids room here. And as you can see, I just kept it very neutral. So it really could be for any type of kid here. I did also put one of the doll houses in. Again, I found out recently about the trick where you can actually size that down, and it still works, which is really useful because those items are absolutely massive. And it kind of makes sense though for being a doll's house, but they are a little bit difficult sometimes when it comes to trying to fit them into smaller spaces. So I did go ahead and size that one down. So I think that just worked out better for being a smaller home. And I'm not really too sure what type of family would live here actually. Sometimes I do kind of have like an idea as I'm building it, kind of like what type of family would live here, but I don't tend to try to do that because, as I was saying, I do try to keep my homes fairly neutral so anybody can play in them. But I did have some sort of inkling for some reason that a starter family would live here, or maybe a family that doesn't have a whole bunch of money. So that's why I don't, well, actually I don't know why. That's kind of just what popped into my head as I was building this for some reason. So, you could go with that storyline if you want to use this house, but you're not really too sure what Sims would live here. Maybe that's an idea that you could go for. And I know it's not really the starter home price for a family of this size, but it could be if you want to, for it being like like a bungalow. I think a lot of homes in the Sims 4 you associate bungalows being with starters, at least I do, like, because building 2 stories for a starter home, it kind of brings the money down a lot for a budget when you're building a starter home in the Sims 4. So at least personally I do a lot of bungalows when it comes to starters, because less floors means you're using less money. So I suppose that's why I do a lot of those. And we've also got a little study desk here as well. There is actually another one in the kind of entranceway. So it's kind of like a shared area there, where like the dining area is as well. So I did go ahead and put that one there. I do normally like to put a study in my builds, but of course, with being a little bit of a limited size build, couldn't really do that. So I just went ahead and put one there. Now, if you did want to expand on this house, you could, build up another floor if you wanted to. I don't know where you put the staircase, but another option would be to build down into a basement, because those are really great when you come to expand on houses, because you're not really having to think as much about how it looks from the outside, because, well, you don't have to think at all about it, really, because you're not having to worry about, like, the window placement. Does it look really odd, like, having a big extension, like, on the top of the house? And also, as well, with the underground, you don't have to worry about the floor plan. You kind of just place anything where you want it to, so that's also another great thing about that. So on the screenshots now, I really hope you enjoyed. In the comment section down below, let me know about what you thought of this build. If you have any more suggestions for other builds or anything else that you want to see on the channel next, that'd be really helpful to hear. You can go ahead and download this build from the gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!